Hey, how's it going? It's Acc Tuesday, the 11th of May 2021. We're looking at the front of the papers. First up, New York Times. There's a picture of Palestinians running from tear gas, and there's a picture down the bottom of rockets supposedly being fired towards Israel, although they look like they're just going aimlessly up into the air. FBI identifies group that hit pipeline firm. Biden vows action. Alright. FDA approves Pfizer's vaccine for ages 12 to 15. Down the bottom, China is forcing birth control on Muslim women in Xinjiang. Something about the Times Square shooting and the mayor's race. Not much else there. Okay, next up, New York Times International Edition. Picture from Afghanistan. People being buried from the explosion that went off. On the right, terror is rampant again in Myanmar. So stories about the police rounding up protesters and things, but people are still there's still the resistances there. Is Scotland ready to be on its own? Jamie Maxwell? Yes, of course. Wall Street Journal, similar photos. New clashes in Jerusalem spark fears of wider conflict. On the right, pipeline attack risks closure for a week. Okay, it's a big story, shutting down a gas pipeline. Children 12 to 15, Pfizer vaccine. Pentagon weighs scrapping big cloud computing project. Alright, Europe seeks to curb hedge funds on bonds. Story down the bottom, Milady is doing the yard work. Story about the woman who owns the castle where they shot Downton Abbey or something. I don't know. USA Today, story on the front about a woman who was in the National Guard and was sexually harassed or sexually assaulted and is now bringing her case. She brought her case but then was targeted herself. On the left, parents cautious on shots for kids. Okay. Why Apple TV Plus is among the best streaming services. Basically an ad. Down the bottom, as transgender murders rise, Puerto Rico is the epicenter. Okay, so one of the stories there features pretty horrifying. It was a transgender woman who was sent to a male prison and then was murdered there. And supposedly Puerto Rico is the US territory with the most transgender murders. Financial Times, same photo on the front of Palestinians running from the tear gas. Record iron ore price signals raw material boom as economies surge. Alright, good times for money men. Johnson's Mustique holiday added to inquiries into potential rule breaches. Some story, Boris Johnson was given £15,000 worth of accommodation, which was apparently totally above board, and he only got it because of his cancellation. If you believe that, you believe Anton. Something on the left, Starmer snubs Labour left with Reeves promotion. Okay, so this woman was promoted within the Labour Party, and one of the lines she came out with a few years ago was that she would be tougher than the Tories on benefit costs. Okay. Irish Times, people hugging their grandchildren. Hugs are allowed again. Great times. State should reconsider water charges, says the OECD. Alright. Tensions flare in Gaza Strip amid rockets and airstrikes. Council to scan dead animals in effort to identify pet owners. Okay, presumably people are abandoning their dead dogs instead of bringing them to the vet. Irish Examiner, the great reopening. Okay, loads of beauticians and shoe shops and stuff getting ready, hairdressers and what have you. Water charges story. Longford wedding organisers pay €3,000 fine. Okay, illegal wedding happened. That's it. Irish Independent. Dublin GAA stars escape fines for breach of COVID training rules. Okay, so they're not getting fined. The people with the wedding are getting fined, but the footballers aren't getting fined. State scheme used to build cuckoo fund developments. Okay, so some government agency that was set up to boost lending to small house builders is now actually ploughing tens of millions of euro into developments being built for cuckoo funds. Cuckoo funds being, of course, funds from abroad who just invest as investments and then rent them out. Woman getting her hair blow dried. She looks pretty happy. I presume she looks happy. She has a mask on. Her eyes are smiling. Irish Daily Mail. Picture of Hermione Granger on the front. Who is the wokest dresser of them all? Strange headline. I guess not strange for the Irish Daily Mail. It's not making me want to read it at all. Housing Minister, my 15,000 cuckoo fund loss. Okay, Darragh O'Brien lost 15,000. I'll cry some tears for you. Irish Sun. Celeb story. Shops reopening. True crime. Guardian. Tax dodging fears over test and trace firms. Sean Ryder is there, he's still alive, well done. Airstrikes as Jerusalem violence escalates. Okay, something about Alex Ferguson down the bottom. Daily Tory graph. Boris there. It's up to all of us to exercise common sense. I mean, coming from Boris Johnson, that's just hilarious really. Planning laws can be a force for good. Don't think so. Israeli strikes at Gaza after day of clashes. Independent, airstrikes escalate tensions in Jerusalem. Across the top four pieces, what have we got? Summer, Tories, burnout, Angelina Jolie. Okay, hundreds of NHS doctors set to lose jobs. The Times, rocket fuel, Queen's speech will pledge to level up education. Oh, Queen's speech is today, must tune in. Pictures again of clashes at a mosque yesterday between Israeli and Palestinians. Cautious kiss goodbye to COVID curbs on freedom. Okay, so Prime Minister hails the end of social distancing as daily deaths in England drop to zero. Daily Express, something about the Queen, some landscape thing, Boris Johnson, lockdown easing. Daily Mail, lockdown ending. Rachel Riley's on the front, presenter a countdown. She's going to court over something where she basically tweeted and implied that Jeremy Corbyn was a Nazi, and then someone else tweeted again and said, yeah, look, Rachel Riley is implying that Jeremy Corbyn's a Nazi, and now it's going to court. I mean, honestly, this just... Imagine being a judge and having to preside over that case. What have we got in the front? Labour stuff of newspaper. 6 days until you can hug your family. Not much else there. Slow news day. Daily Mirror, some woman pregnant on the front. Presume she's a celebrity of some kind. Human interest story down the bottom. Pictures of the Queen again. Metro, same pregnant lady on the front. Treasy does it. Okay. Bit of a weak headline today from the Metro, I guess, because the UK have dropped down to level 3 lockdown. Daily Star, I was going to say Jeremy Corbyn, but it's not Jeremy Corbyn, it's Jeremy Clarkson. Don't get those two mixed up. He's on the front for some reason. And big headline says, don't think much of the grub. Creepy crawlies should pad out school dinners and be hidden in snacks to avoid a world food crisis, experts claim. I already live in the pod and I am well up for eating the bugs. Alright, if you want to stay off corporate media for the day, just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, good luck.